Hello, Baby Gang says this is Calvin, also known as Orban. This is my first ever playthrough of Raincoat. Wait, there's something here on the... Oh no, it's looking up here? Eerie window. What's up with this window? Creepy. Oh. Maybe it's reinforced the always watching type of ideology. Maybe. Ooh, this thing's gonna haunt my dreams. Let's get out of here. I can. That's the most relatable you've ever been, Shinigami. This is such a interesting looking place, right? And like we talked about how like eerie it looks and the eerie looking window there, but I just love the energy of like places that feel haunted, you know, especially in the dark. Obviously, it's not nice for people who live here. Magnificent tree.
Oh.
This tree is big and majestic and all, but there's something unsettling about it.
That's true.
I think it's because of how twisted and distorted it is. Yeah, you're right. Very interesting. And now we're just going back into the city again, or the Kanai ward. So we're going to the club first, I believe.
Halara?
I have been loving their dynamic. I love how, like, Yuma looks up to Halara and is like, oh my god, please teach me stuff. It's amazing.
The first incident was 6 months ago, right? If we go to the crime scene now, there's nothing left to investigate.
Okay.
You think it will be a waste of time? There's no need to worry about that.
So, you have a plan then?
Oh, he's so excited.
What? You're working with Halara Nightmare. What more could you possibly ask for?
Heck yeah.
Now, let's be swift.
Huh? Right.
So...
I don't really get it, but talk about confidence.
No, the confidence is great. And you were like trailing afterwards. No, I really think it's going to be good for Yuma. I really do. To be surrounded by someone with such confidence, I think it's going to be fantastic. Before we go any further, I do think that before we do any investigations, I do want to do more of the Gab sessions because, like, we definitely didn't do all of them last time. We have new, like, case files that have been updated.
If you're that lost, why not check your notes?
Yes, case files are information on the actual cases themselves, so we can look at these if we need to, which is really cool. In terms of, like, profiles, have we updated the profiles a bit? Probably new characters from the Kanai ward. Yes, here. So there's a servant. So, likes anime figures, dislikes violence, titled church servant, and talent video games. A man who does odd jobs at the church in Kanai ward. His colleague, the nun, boss him around on a daily basis. He's terrible at socializing, sometimes appearing suspicious when talking with others. While he is concerned about his weight, he's too weak-willed to do anything about it. Right, so there's a bit of concern there for him. But honestly, like, you know, don't let people make fun of you for it at all. Likes death metal, same. Dislikes people who can't get into music. I don't dislike people who can't get into music. I just like to relate to people sometimes when people love music. Titled church on talent price negotiations. At the nun at the church in the Kanai ward, often abusive and unwilling to listen to others. Her personality is far from the image of a typical nun. Her father works in the upper management at the Amaterasu Corporation, something she occasionally leverages to full effect. Craftiness aside, she is fairly diligent at her work, so she's good at her job. Then we have the worshipper. Dislikes a world filled with unhappiness, likes urban legends. Title, Metal Fox Church Worshipper. Knowledge of the occult is his talent. A pious worshipper at the Church of Kanai ward, an occult enthusiast, he chases after all kinds of unusual phenomena and urban legends. His obsession with the topic can sometimes put his life in danger. Did we not get the... We did, here, the priest. So, likes fate, dislikes atheists. See, that's the thing, it's a dislike of atheists, so it's like, okay, good, great servant of God there. Title, church priest, talent making speeches. A priest at the church in Kanai ward, brimming with paternal affection, he feels it's his calling to help all those in need. And if you're an atheist, he's a popular among the worshippers for his gentle and thoughtful nature, and many people come to ask him for advice. And we had an update on Seth Burrows. So title, Peacekeeper Investigation Team Section Chief. Yes, that's probably what is updated, is it? As his talent? Interesting. Yeah, and it's his feeble voice that he makes up for with this stuff as well. I guess it's the picture as well. Look at this, the picture of the flowers too. Such a cool concept. Like, you know, you have until this flower wilts. It's so poetic. So we have another gab with Yakko. We're almost finished all the gabs with Yakko. Let's go. I find these so fun and so good at finding out more about the characters. They're so good.
Hey, Yuma. Can I ask you for a
Sure.
favor?
Huh? What is it?
how do I put this?
Why the hesitancy? That's not like you, Chief.
True.
Right. We're pals after
Yeah,
all.
there's something that's making him nervous here.
Yeah.
Then I'll say it. Well,
Money.
will you lend me some
Huh?
money?
No.
No, straight up, just no.
Huh? Why? You said we're pals.
Oh God.
I did, but I don't have any money. You can't draw blood from a
True.
stone.
Very true.
I heard kids these days have lots in
Nope.
savings.
Why do you even need any money? You should have more than I do.
Well, I've been drinking more recently.
Oh man.
So my living expenses have been stretched.
Yeah, but maybe like we can work on that.
Isn't that your own fault then?
Sheesh. My employees are so hard.
You're supposed to be paying us.
I wish some super profitable job would fall into my lap. If only I had a master detective's abilities, I could easily make some cash.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
So Yuma definitely feels like this sometimes, you know, especially around the other
A
ones.
master detective could make a ton of money if they use their powers for profit.
True.
Right? I wonder why these guys just work as detectives. I don't understand it one bit.
Speaking
interesting
of,
having this perspective
you've
from two
met a
people that don't
bunch of
have those
master
powers.
Detectives, haven't you, Chief?
Yeah, I sure have.
Have you seen any particularly amazing abilities?
Oh.
I'm curious about what other kinds of master detectives are out
Yeah, because we met a few, even on the train as well.
Amazing abilities, huh? Well, to me, they were all amazing, since I don't have any myself.
That's the way I would see it too.
But among them all, the one that really freaked me out was the ability to hear the culprit's inner voice.
Right.
there? Huh? Wouldn't that make them unstoppable as a detective?
Yeah, because you just like find out exactly what they're thinking right away.
Yeah, it's considered the all-time ace up the WDO sleeve. Seeing it with my own eyes sure made me
Yeah,
feel
because like at that
impressed.
point you just like listen to what they say behind, in their minds, and it's done.
Can I really call myself a detective when there's a monster like that doing this job?
Yeah, but we work. You said before we work despite like the fact we have no powers. You know.
You're right. It makes me feel
Yeah,
unsure
but no, we could
myself.
because you guys are so good. I'm gonna be so good because you have to work through it without powers,
In fact, it brings me down whenever I compare myself to everyone
and
here.
that makes perfect sense, Yuma.
There's no point in developing an inferiority complex just because you don't have any abilities.
Right.
People just gotta play with the cards they're dealt.
Yeah. 100%.
Even if you're dealt a terrible hand, sometimes, just sometimes, you can manifest the power of the Joker.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
But having no forte is like not even being dealt a hand.
No, the hand you're dealt is that Yuma's really smart, and when he starts doing his detective work, he's fantastic.
That's not true. There's stuff you can do because you don't have one.
Is that really true?
Yeah, trust my many years of experience. I'm
Yeah, no,
sure
and you
of
know
it.
what we're going through right now, I bet.
Well, do you have an example?
I think it's better you figure it out for yourself. Yeah? What do you think?
Think about it. What can you do without any ability?
So we have to maybe make the choice ourselves. Slow and steady investigation, nothing comes to mind. I know how regular people feel. True. That's a good one.
I know how regular people feel.
Yeah.
I think it's
that's
great.
it.
It's a great perspective.
Although, if you had the ability to read minds, you could understand people's feelings and use it
See,
for
that's the
information.
thing, though. I think there's a difference between like hearing how someone feels versus relating to it and being able to put yourself in their shoes. You know,
But you never be able to join them among the have-nots.
the have-nots.
To be the same as the vast majority of people
Yes,
is a
I agree
powerful
with this.
tool for a detective. That's why there's no need to feel down, even if you don't have any special powers.
Right, I'll keep that in mind. Chief, sometimes you say
I
some
agree.
really profound
I agree.
things.
Sometimes? What's that supposed to mean?
No, I think it was a great
Mr.
conversation to have.
Yuma seem to have grown
Yep.
even closer together.
Really fantastic conversation to have. I like that a lot. I think the crux of the whole conversation is that, like, yeah, I totally agree, and that's such a beautiful way of putting it. Yuma can relate more to just every regular day people. And that's because if you see like people in like the people we met in the WDO so far, we adore so far, right? But I think that one of the interesting things about it is that we have like when we meet these characters, these detectives, they feel like they are out of this world, and they feel like they're on another planet sometimes because of who they are. It's super interesting that way. We won't do all of them now. What we might do is like sprinkle them throughout. So like, say we'll do some more like, so we're just like, it's the space and the mouse, so we don't have to like do all of them at once. If you know what I mean. I like doing that, like sprinkling them out, or we can do them all now. It don't take that long. Yeah, we'll like sprinkle them out though a little bit, I'd say. Yeah. So it's like a fun thing to do in between missions, if that makes sense. This is our first chat with Halara.
Oh no, I got careless and ended up alone with Halara.
Intimidating?
I guess I should be the one to start the conversation. I'm the rookie.
Yuma
after
overthinks
all.
everything.
But what do I say?
Do you feel awkward?
Oh, just coming out and saying it.
It's natural to strike up a conversation when two people are
Right.
together. Such is the mundane way of the masses. You're overtaxing your tiny brain to do so.
My
aren't
tiny
you?
brain?
Well, sort of.
Poor Yuma.
Then how about you and I have a
Oh, we're
wager?
betting with the gambler?
But I thought the chief said no more gambling.
The boss said it's forbidden, so you won't do it. You think I can be swayed by that sort of
Halara's
logic?
always like, you have to make your own decisions.
Besides,
Oh, God.
gambling can nurture skills that every detective needs.
Like what?
I believe it will be to your benefit.
What's the skill?
And what sort of
Yeah, I'd like to hear this
skills
too.
are you talking about?
Instead of always asking for answers, why not figure it out for yourself for once?
Okay.
Yeah, think.
Okay, 2 people against us now.
A skill needed by detectives, which can be trained by gambling.
Courage, observation skills, 6th sense. Observation skills?
Observational
Maybe?
skills?
That's right.
Okay.
Gambling isn't merely decided by coincidence. For example, in poker, you can study the cards already in play, as well as the expressions of
That makes
dealers
sense.
and
That does make
players.
sense, I suppose.
You observe all that, make logical deductions, and commence battle. How about it? Wouldn't you agree those are the skills every detective needs?
I mean, it would help.
I get what you're saying.
I think
but-
Yuma just doesn't want to go against the chief, maybe.
When are you going to stop nitpicking? After all you made me explain, you will have to play a match with me.
But there's no way I stand a chance against you.
I love Yuma's like reverence towards Halara Nightmare.
Not to worry. We'll do a warm-up first, with nothing wagered.
That's how they get
I'm
ya.
not going to hustle a beginner straight off.
That's how they get ya.
Okay.
They lull you in.
Yes, I.
Oh my
beat
God.
you.
It was just a game of heads or tails. But still, you show some promise.
It was just heads or tails.
Does that mean I have talent as a detective?
Yes, you can say that for sure. Now the real game begins. First, let's wager. I think we should start with...
Oh my God, here it comes.
Right.
See, look, see what I mean? See what I mean? You got him excited about this.
This isn't how it was.
Yuma
supposed
never
to
is.
go.
Don't be foolish. I lost the warm-up so you'd feel that rush and mistake your own skill
Exactly. That's how they get ya.
level. It's rather obvious I did it on purpose. I let you get carried away and made you take a gamble against
It's like
me.
someone who lets you win at like the game first, so and then you wager something afterwards, and it's such a hustle.
That's
Poor
terrible.
Yuma.
Aw, he got completely hustled. You picked the wrong detective to
Well,
mess with.
we went against our own intuition there.
I think that was a rather good learning experience.
Yeah, now it is.
It's crucial for detectives to doubt other people's intentions. No matter
And
the
Halara was trying to teach us this
circumstances.
before as well. And what's so cool about this as well is that like Yuma was doubting it, but then like Halara was doing this thing where it was like they were saying like, oh, you're really gonna let that alter your decisions? So like, they were trying to make it seem like they weren't being independent with their thought, that they weren't being independent with their thought, when in reality, going against what Halara said, was being independent with their thought. And then Halara afterwards is like, yeah, you weren't being independent. You even like, you decided to go along with me.
I won't charge you interest for now, but you must tell me immediately when you've developed.
Okay, Halara.
Halara is totally ruthless.
They are totally ruthless.
Master, you and Halara seem to have grown closer.
Yeah, there's a lesson there. There is a lesson there, but I'm not sure how efficient it's going to be at teaching Yuma what that lesson exactly is. Honestly, very interesting stuff. Okay, I actually kind of want to do these now. These are so awesome. Like, I actually love doing these. They're so fun. And what we learned there... Oh, we're outside this time. What we learned there with Halara is definitely what Halara's been trying to teach us already.
Thank you kindly for keeping me company today.
No problem.
Because of you, Yuma, I have experienced takoyaki for the very first time.
Look at this backdrop.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm surprised you wanted to try some in the first place.
Oh? Why is that surprising? Could it be that my face resembles takoyaki, so you believe I am a cannibal?
Why would you go that? Where did you get that? Where did you get that?
That's not at all what I'm saying.
Where did you go
don't
with
look
that?
anything like takoyaki
Yeah.
anyway. It's just that you grew up like a princess. You even got kidnapped because
Yes,
of
that
it.
was crazy.
That's why I didn't expect you to want to try takoyaki.
Ah, so that is what you meant. But
You
I
went
am
so
not as high class as you
Far
might
down the other
think.
way.
My daily life is rather ordinary.
Right.
I sincerely doubt it.
Is that so? It truly felt plain to my
Well, it
eyes.
usually would if it's what you've been living in your whole life.
Well then, can I ask you a few questions? It'd help me get an idea of what it was like for you growing up.
Very well, if that is what is required to satisfy you. You can ask me anything, including my measurements or the password to my bank
We don't need to do that. We don't need to do all that.
No, I
Yeah, we
don't.
don't.
need to ask about those.
We're okay. Thank you, though.
Anyway, to start off, how many rooms did your home have?
Okay, I'm really interested to hear this.
How many rooms? I never really considered
Okay.
it. First the kitchens. There were 1, 2, 3,
Kitchens. Kitchens.
5.
Yeah, Yuma, we can stop.
I am beginning to grow confused. My apologies. I am not very good at counting such
Poor
large
Miss
numbers.
Clockford.
No, that's more than enough.
Yeah,
for me.
exactly. That was
There's
enough.
really no point in asking any more questions. But this is getting kind of
Fun?
Next up, what sort of car did your parents
Oh
own?
God.
Their car. Unfortunately, there were no cars
Okay.
at home.
Huh? That's hard to believe. Do you know what cars are? They have 4 wheels and move on roads.
Yes, I have seen them around the city, but none of those tiny cute mobile huts were anywhere near my home.
Mobile huts?
Mobile
Huts?
I'm guessing the cars at Fubuki's place are on a completely different scale.
I'm guessing that she has like limos there.
Okay, last one. What's the most expensive gift you've ever received?
Oh my God.
A gift? Well, I am unsure how expensive it was, but the one that made me happiest was when I went with my family to look at the stars.
Oh my God. That's so sweet.
Huh? Stars?
On my birthday, my father told me a star would shine especially bright. I watched it with my mother and father.
This is so sweet.
That time spent together was the greatest gift I have ever
That's a
received.
very grounding like answer.
My parents are such busy people. I rarely saw them as a child.
Right.
Oh? Is something wrong?
After asking so many petty questions, I feel
Yeah.
real ashamed of myself.
Especially when you got like, cause again, he was kind of treating it like a game, and then you realize, oh well, she probably had problems of her own. She had a life of her own. She is a person.
Even if you
regardless
are
how rich or
rich,
silly she
you're
is.
still you.
Yeah. Exactly.
I am myself? That is true, I suppose. But Yuma, What sort of person do you think I am?
So far, you've been very sweet. You're very forgetful, and you're a bit, you know, they call you an airhead, but I think you're very sweet. You probably don't have a fantastic perspective on some aspects of life.
What do I think of
If that makes
Fubuki?
sense.
Well, that's simple.
Rich, honest, ditzy. You know what? I think Rich is boiling her down to something that we don't want to do. Ditzy, I feel like I would never call anyone ditzy, even if like, you know, they were. I think honest is a very good answer here because like they've been very open and honest with how they feel, even if the stuff they're saying like, you know, it's very wrong in terms of like, oh, that's a hut instead of a car, a mobile hut. So let's say honest.
You're honest. You may be rich and ditzy.
Oh, he said it anyway.
Among other things. But the foundation of who you are is your honesty.
Well, I am not sure I would say I am honest myself, but it makes me happy to hear you say it.
You're honest. Otherwise, you wouldn't have said the time spent stargazing with your parents.
It's a very
was your
sweet grounding
favorite
moment for a
gift.
character like Miss Clockford.
Oh, that reminds me. After we looked at the star, my father purchased it for me.
Purchase the star.
I am unsure how expensive that may have been, but I am certain that is the biggest gift I have ever received.
Okay. This is me laughing as well.
Considering how honestly surprised I am by all this, I must have been a lowly commoner before losing my memories.
Interesting conversation.
Fubuki seem to have grown
Yeah.
even closer.
We're learning a bit more. Maybe like she also like didn't have a great relationship with her parents. Or maybe just didn't see them often. Like buying a star for your child, man. That's a lot. Well, I know you can like get stars named after you and stuff like that. But I'm not sure how expensive that actually is because I never actually got that done. We might as well do our favorite character in the whole entire world. That's Vivia. Very bad city, very bad cars. What's that one? I wonder. Oh, Vivia. Perfect character, apparently. According to NASA.
I'm starting to get used to being alone with Vivia.
It's good.
Knowing who he is, this silence isn't really so awkward anymore.
I'm such a big believer that silence is okay sometimes. And when you're with friends and stuff, I'm such a big believer. I know it sounds weird, but sometimes it's like okay to just sit and relax, you know?
We don't have to force a conversation to break the silence, which makes it easier to be around Tim
I think
than
that's
the others.
fantastic. I do. Vivia!
Why someday.
Huh? That's awfully
We love
sudden.
you.
Oh, did I think out loud again?
Thoughts are racing.
You sure did.
Sorry about that. Guess I surprised you. I'll be careful not to think out loud.
You
next
talk
time.
about whatever you want, Vivia.
You're free to say what you
Yeah.
want, but it sounds really
Yeah, I'm worried
concerning.
about you.
And I've been wondering, what do you mean by someday?
What do you want to know?
Well, all people die eventually. I suppose I'm wondering if you want to die sooner.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Saying someday makes it sound like you can't die.
Yeah.
Wait, is that what it is? You can't die? That explained why you'd say something so strange.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what Vivia says.
Huh? He's undead?
If he's undead, he's the best undead ever.
That's a wonderful deduction.
I guess I'm wrong, though.
Well, I don't know about that.
Or is some truth to
What
that?
do you mean?
Being unable to die sounds like it's straight out of a story. So
And Vivia is very
romantic.
poetic with this stuff.
Yuma, what would you do if you gained everlasting
Oh my
life?
god, I don't know if I'd like it.
What would I do if I lived forever?
See the world 100 years from now, talk to people from all over the world. I can't think of anything in particular. See the world 100 years from now? I'm gonna be rough on this. Yeah, 'cause I don't know,
can't
man.
think
Personally,
of
I don't
anything
know.
In particular.
That was quick.
Huh? Quick?
There is no end to human greed. Some people think that, but it's not true whatsoever. Everything comes to an end. Just like how you couldn't think of anything else you'd want.
I think I just meant I didn't have any good ideas.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
he's talking about like the idea of like the. I want to hear more about this.
Someday, greed will end. Just like you would die before your greed could be satiated. Humanity, too, has a lifespan.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh.
If you were to live forever, you'd see how tough life can be.
Oh my god! Especially since your greed, like you have to satiate that greed.
It may be fun at the beginning, but eventually, I'm certain you wouldn't desire anything else.
Yes, if you accomplished everything in those everlasting times and you have nothing else to desire.
And once you were bored of everything, you'd reach the same conclusion all others would. That you hope to die someday.
Jesus Christ.
The moment you lose all desire, your final desire for
Wait, so
death would be
is
born.
Vivia saying that he has no goals or desires?
It all makes sense now, doesn't it?
Does it? But wait. Vivia, by that logic, doesn't your desire to die mean you're immortal?
Because he still has desires?
You're free to think what you want.
That's not an answer.
That's an interesting point from Yuma as well.
It's enough for today. I need to
Yeah, for sure.
go back to my world.
Vivia's an
of
interesting
flux.
character.
Did he just give me the runaround? Or is he always like this? I can't tell.
Vivia is just Vivia at this stage.
I wonder if I'll understand him better someday.
Hopefully. So what I got from that conversation is that Vivia believes that desire is what keeps people going, not wanting to die because people have goals that they want to meet. But if you reach all of your desires, you then will be like, I don't want to live anymore because what's the point of living? I have no more desires. So then we asked the question, we countered that with, well, of course, that isn't the desire to die that you have, Vivia, isn't that not a...
Doesn't stand out?
Wait, does something here a secret? The TV, yeah. It's like, isn't the desire to die gonna keep you alive forever because you now have a desire in your life? And he's like, you're free to think that if you want. An interesting character.
This appears to be the crime scene, but it's sealed off. They've left it like this for 6 months?
No doubt they've shirked their obligation to clean up. I suspect the peacekeepers are lazy to a
Yeah,
fault.
they're not very good at their in their position. Whoa. Just cutting it right down in front of us.
It's open. Let's go inside.
I love how shocked we are by this. And then every scene with Halara is like Halara doing something absolutely badass, and then we're like, oh my god, and then we like scuttle after them. I really love that every scene with Halara is like how, oh my god, look at this place as well though. But yeah, every scene with Halara is like a scene of like, we get so excited what they're doing, we're shocked by what they're doing, but we want to learn so badly that we just scuttle after them every single moment, you know? We're learning so much at the same time. Oh my god, like the jackpot machines? And the bar's looking really cool too. Really cool location. It's a small, quiet place though. Oh, on the wall? Oh, they pinned him to the wall.
The peacekeepers may be sloppy, but even they wouldn't leave the crime scene completely
Right.
untouched. The body was probably found around here.
One of the jackpots is turned off as well, by the way.
The victim's name is Suguma Iho, an old man who owned this place. His reputation left much to be desired. This place was an illegal casino operating at obscene rates. Even the cheating was rampant.
Right.
You sure know a lot about it. When did you...
I told you, I gathered my own intel while waiting at the cafe.
Yeah, we kept them waiting so long.
The real interesting note is that this crime scene also had no way in.
And they're a
or
locked door
out.
crime scene.
At the time of discovery, the door was locked from the inside.
There aren't any windows either, which is expected given that it's underground.
Right.
There are air vents.
Look at
but
the
they have
chalk
secure
drawing on the
covers barring
wall.
Entry. Besides, no one's able to reach that high
At least
up.
not us.
No windows, The only way in and out is the door that was locked from the inside.
Yeah, it's so creepy.
It's a locked room mystery. Locked
Shinigami loves these.
But there's not much more to investigate. We don't know what state the body was in at the time of discovery.
I told you not to worry. The conditions have all been met.
Conditions.
Conditions?
Yeah.
Don't tell me you've forgotten I'm a master detective.
We know.
Oh, your forte.
Right, okay.
My forte is post-cognition. The power to see
Insane.
the past.
Absolutely insane.
However, it can only be used at
Yeah,
murder
so that's,
scenes.
yeah. But this is still a crazy power to have.
To be precise, I can only see how the crime scene appeared at the time it was first discovered. Another way to describe it would be as crime scene limited psychometry, if that's easier to understand.
No, I think the first way you described it was fine.
That's amazing! It's like the perfect forte for a detective.
It is, to me, absolutely like a crazy good power to have. A crazy good power to have.
My power allows me to see the moment the first witness saw the crime scene. Not the culprit, not the victim, but how it appeared when a third party first entered. The memory or perception of the witness does not affect my postcognition. What I see is what actually was there.
Mind-blowing. Absolutely. Some of these powers are going to be crazy.
When it comes to my power, the witness is not a camera or a recording device, but rather a trigger.
A trigger to see the actual scene itself?
Perhaps the best way to think of it is like a bookmark stuck between
Right.
the pages of when the body
Actually, a good
was
way of describing
found.
it.
Well, there's no point in wasting more time explaining. Let's
Sure.
have a look.
That power sure is convenient. Explains all the confidence. It's similar to the mystery labyrinth, where I recreate the crime scene in your mind.
Yeah, actually. Shinigami did a very good comparison as well.
But now it's done in the real world. Although, it is limited to both the crime scene and the moment of first discovery.
But still, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty incredible.
On the other hand, my master's got nothing. Why is life so
Okay, come on.
Now I'm angry.
Okay, well, we're trying our best.
Master, can I nibble on your heart to help cheer me up?
No, you cannot.
Of course not.
Poor Yuma's whole life, Halara's forte is post-cognition. It shows the crime scene as it was first discovered. Poor Yuma's gonna have to deal with just these constant barrage of crazy things that Shinigami says through this whole game. So are we going to, first of all, oh, look over here.
Post-cognition.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like. All I can do is wait for the report.
Well, do I have some good news for you?
Yeah?
What is it this time?
Master, try to remember. Did you feel anything back on the Amaterasu Express?
Oh, when they use their powers?
You know, when the
Yes,
other
yes, we did.
detectives
We
used
felt it.
their powers?
You're right.
This
Oh my god, look at this crew.
I felt it when Aphex used his powers. Somehow, it feels like I can hear what Poochie hears.
Let's bring back Aphex and Melanie. What do you guys say? And everyone else can come back too, but I think we just got attached to those two the most.
Right. I can sense whenever a master detective uses their power.
Yes, that's it. Maybe your coalescence will work now.
Coalescence?
Simply put, it's the ability to share someone else's power.
Wait, what?
On the train, you only felt the resonance of other people's fortes, but its true function is to share their powers.
Wait, so we can use their powers?
Wait. Then that means I can also see the scene in the
Oh
past
my
with Halara?
Okay, so we're we can use all powers?
That's amazing.
But it's
Is this
Shinigami's
your
ability, I
ability,
guess.
Shinigami?
Is something like that.
Okay.
But there are conditions for it to activate.
It's starting to become way clearer why we made this pact with the Shinigami.
You must kiss someone to share their ability.
What?
What? Kiss Halara?
Ha! I lied. Look at you blush. Did you really want to? You still don't know if Halara is a boy or a girl.
Don't matter.
Oh, quit messing around and tell me how it works.
You need permission from the person sharing the ability first.
Okay.
Then you must hold hands while the ability.
I kind of knew that the Shinigami saying like the kiss thing would not be real. It's like, again, Shinigami is like ultra Bugs Bunny kind of like energy, but like kind of more of a like is like adult the way to put it, like more like, I don't know, like an adult Bugs Bunny. So I knew the kiss thing was going to be like a total like joke.
That's it.
Okay, I can do
So
that.
can we convince Halara to hold our hand then? Halara, hold our hand
Halara.
if you want.
Halara?
I need you to be quiet. I'm concentrating.
We can concentrate, would you?
Sorry, but there's something I want to ask.
Poor Yuma. Every time you like curls up, you know? I love when they do this as well, describing what happened so we don't have to like do it again.
Coalescence. Hold hands. You and me.
Yes, that way I'll be able to see the past too. I think.
My sources made no mention of such an ability. In fact, you're just a trainee.
Well, then let me prove it. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, but I just remembered I had it. Anyway, we don't have much time. Let's try it.
I have no intention of getting friendly with you.
Well, look, if Halara doesn't want to hold our hand, then that's, you know, that's their decision.
Oh, it's not like that.
I despise you.
Huh?
Huh?
Just the thought of holding your hand makes my skin.
Jesus.
I didn't know you hated me so much.
Oh my god. We say poor Yuma a lot, but that is a poor Yuma moment.
Let me be clear. I don't just hate you in
Oh?
particular. I despise all of humanity equally.
Okay, so you just despise everyone. Still, poor Yuma. You could have said that first. Poor Yuma was like feeling it.
I don't trust anyone. Except the dead.
I had a feeling. Halara must be a demon straight from hell.
Halara's has their morals, their feelings, and they stick to it.
Then why did you choose to help me with the investigation?
As I told you
It's
in
monetary,
the
no?
beginning, I always work
Yeah.
sincerely for the payment I receive. As long as you promise payment, I will promise my utmost efforts as a professional.
Then please, hold my hand. It's necessary for the
Okay,
investigation.
Yuma being a bit assertive here with this.
You can add this to my bill if you want. You'll
God.
agree then.
Yeah,
right?
we'll buy you another coffee. More money.
Fine. If it's what I must do as a detective, then I have no choice.
How
but
are we
to
gonna pay
agree.
back all this money? How on earth are we gonna pay this? Oh, here we go. You can tell they despise. You felt something? Are we actually gonna be able to? Oh my god! So that's the feeling we had from the start of this game. It's actually kind of creepy, isn't it? This is a sick power to have. And now we can use it through coalescence.
I can see it. Everything looks different than a moment ago.
Zoom in on this and it's just like, you know, like... He said no pickles. I can see it. Everything looks different from a moment ago. It's actually like insane looking.
Incredible. So this is post-cognition.
All the dolls! The tables are in even different places. So there was like, it looks like there was like a
Can you
real
see it?
tussle or at least like someone moving around these tables.
So your coalescence is real. I didn't expect you to already have your own.
Yeah, I don't think it's a forte though.
Well, this does save me the trouble of reporting it back to you. But it's quite inconvenient to keep our hands
That's the
joined.
thing. When we get to like, you know,
Very well. Go ahead and lead the investigation.
Me?
If you can see what I see, that would be for the best. I'm only acting as your assistant, after all. This is quite the bizarre crime scene.
it's so interesting that like we're gonna have to hold hands for this entire investigation.
But unusual crime scenes are expected when you work for the WDO. Now, let's see what you're capable
Oh, this is
of.
interesting. This is so interesting. Here we go. Another investigation. We're going to have to do this with every single WDO agent. Oh, I guess we're not holding hands physically. I guess like it's in our mind we're still doing it like I guess, you know, literally. But I guess to help us out with this so we can go around the place easier, they're just going to like have us go separately. Look at that picture over there. Post-cognition. What's in the glass? It's a key.
Oh, there's a key in the glass. Is it the key to the room?
Seems like it. By the way, being an illegal casino, the security was extremely tight. There's only one master key.
So wait, maybe this is it?
It's also a special key that can't be duplicated.
If it was thrown in from outside the vent, it wouldn't be inside the
Someone
glass.
must have placed it there.
So this is definitely another locked room mystery.
Oh, look at that body on the wall!
I'm so glad I met you.
These Nailman murders are terrifying. There was a room key inside the glass on the counter. These Nailman murders are horrifying. What about the slot machine? There's a slot machine here, but it's untouched for a while, so it's covered in dust. As far as I can tell, there are no traces that could be related to the crime.
Well,
If you're curious about it, the scene, the time of discovery of the corpse, use post-cognition. Right, I'll give it a try. I do love how, like, in a way, Halara is being very supportive, you know?
Yeah.
Slot machine spotless, looks like it was taken well care of. There's nothing here of interest.
yeah.
Seems that way. Let's check someplace else. Right. You know what I mean? There is like a support there, like, hey, you do it yourself, and I think they are trying to make sure that we are a better, like a better detective at the end of the day, which is what we wanted.
What a rich fragrance. How about a taste, Master?
And then we use post-cognition to change. The table's gonna get changed around completely. Look at that. And the dolls. Enough with the dolls. They're so creepy. Was this moved during the incident? As far as I can tell, it doesn't seem related to the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check another place. We'll check this out too, though. There's a doll nailed to the roulette table. There's also a doll nailed right there in the middle of the roulette wheel. The doll itself seems to be the same as the other. There doesn't seem to be anything noteworthy. That is, in and of itself, sufficient knowledge. Let's check someplace else. So yeah, we talked about that as well, how like sometimes we talked about it well before, maybe we talked about during Danganronpa as well, how like the idea of ruling stuff out is also sufficient knowledge, even if it doesn't mean anything. It's like, okay, well, we can rule that out then. And it's actually a very interesting way of looking at it. Wait, did we look at everything around the table? Oh, we didn't look at the table itself. There's a roulette table. It probably hasn't been used since the incident and it's covered in dust. There doesn't seem to be any clues on top of the roulette table. There's nothing underneath either. We should check someplace else. Right, let's do that. Yeah, I really enjoy our time so far with Halara. So this is obviously like the main place we have to check out, right? We can check out the vent. There's a vent here. The four corners are screwed down, so I don't think it will open. So they're screwed down. I doubt the cover can be opened when it's like this.
But
We swear to conclude there's no useful information compared with what we've seen in the post-cognition. Right, I'll give it a try. This is so interesting. I can't wait to see what we. Oh my god! Yeah, by the way, the pink blood is back.
I see a body.
Yeah.
The murder scene through Halara's eyes is completely silent. There are dolls nailed to the walls and floor, and a corpse pinned down with nails in a similar fashion.
But this is like pinned to the wall this time.
This all feels like a dream. It doesn't seem
I imagine
real.
how sickening it would feel.
There are abnormal decorations all around the crime scene. And it's so quiet.
It just looks. I'll never get over the look at. Oh, look at all this together. Doll on the wall.
I knew
Sure enough, the secret club has dolls nailed to the wall too.
yeah.
That must be the Nailman's calling card. They're nailed into the wall seemingly at random, facing all directions. I can't find a pattern. There's nothing that can be connected to the culprit. Let's try checking someplace else. Well, the body itself is probably a big thing. And of course the vent too.
It's a man's corpse. He's probably around 60 years old. His body is pinned against the wall with countless nails.
Horrible.
There isn't much bleeding, so the nails must have been hammered in after he died.
So we got that with the, and there's a rope burn on the neck again.
You're starting to get the hang of this. Not too shabby.
Oh, there
Yep.
are marks on him, signs that he was strangled. The vertical scratch marks were probably made when he resisted.
Yeah, like that again. Yep, just like the other body
The
as well.
most basic of basic observations. Well, at least you
We'll
noticed.
take that as a compliment, even though it's not Halara. Thank you.
That's thanks to everything I taught you at the clock tower. I'm such an awesome mentor.
Thank you, Shinigami.
This situation
Look
is
at this image.
identical to the murder at the clock tower.
The culprit first strangled the victim to death. And then
So we know they
decorated the
die
room
first, and
afterward.
then he decorates the room. You know what's so crazy about this as well? This appearance here, like just the holding of hands thing. Because on a basic level, it's like, oh, they're holding hands. But like it's such a distinct thing, right? It's like, and it's something, a tiny thing that like sets your game apart. Is like a little thing. It's like, oh, he has to hold the hand of somebody to gain their powers. And they walk around the investigation room holding hands. While it sounds like, on the surface you told someone that, it sounds kind of silly. Within this world, like, it's actually like a really interesting concept of like, I guess like in a way, like you're connecting to the detective while also learning more about them and their power, and then also using your deductive abilities as well through their power to find out more about the actual case itself. It's kind of like the hand is a symbol of that connection, like almost spiritually and figuratively as well.
But why?
Yeah, it's disgusting. We have to look at the vent as well. Oh, wait, well, there's not other parts of the body. Look at the vent. The vent seems like it's going to be important as well.
Hey, this vent. The cover is in place, but it hasn't been screwed
Oh,
on.
did the peacekeeper screw it on, I wonder?
Which means it could be easily removed, right?
What are you doing? You can't touch what you see in post-cognition.
Right, okay.
Even if you happen to be 3 meters
And I'm
tall.
definitely not 3 meters tall, I'll tell you how much, Halara. Definitely not.
Oh, I see. But I think this will be an important clue. The vent is about 40 by 30 centimeters. A thin adult can probably pass through.
Okay. At the time of the murder, the cover was not screwed down. A slender adult might be able to get through it. Did we explore every aspect of this? I think we did.
By the way, Yuma, did you notice the nail below the vent?
Yes, there's a few nails that are like not nailed into anything.
Below the vent? Huh, some of the nails are bent downward. Maybe they were hammered in a hurry.
Or perhaps there's another reason.
Another reason?
Yeah, so some of the nails beneath the vent are bent downward. Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. Again, this is like exactly what we said we wanted, right, when it came to this stuff?
You just gotta hit this thing and it'll be good as
Yeah.
new.
There's one that's turned off, by the way, so should we be checking this out to see if it was turned on before? Let's go back to the examine around the counter area. First of all, let's examine the glass as it is. There's a glass in the counter and there's a thin layer of dust, so it could have been there since the incident. A key was in the glass at the time the body was discovered. If you want to investigate, we should use post-cognition. Right, got it. So, again, it just feels like it is like a connection, right? It is a connection to, the person we're sharing the power with. And I wonder if it's going to be the same all the time. Oh, the door? Check around the entrance. There we go. Perfect. So if we go into post-cognition, what has changed? Well, there's chairs on the floor. The chair is knocked over. Could this be evidence of a struggle between the victim and the culprit? I don't know about that. The culprit would have knocked it over on purpose to throw off the investigation. There's not much we can get from it, other than the fact that it's knocked over. Let's check elsewhere. Right. Thank you, Halara. It's actually nice to have Halara as well, like kind of like keeping us on track. Check out the entrance door.
The lock is broken.
Oh,
Maybe someone broke it and forced their way in, like at the clock
there we
tower.
go.
But from the looks of it, there's no sign of the lock or door being tampered with.
Is there anything else here? So there's no, that wasn't added to a solution key, so that wasn't as important. Okay. Should we look at this stuff anyway?
That's...
Did someone rearrange the chairs after the incident?
Well,
Either the peacekeepers did or the staff here did. Either way, it's not something to worry about. True, I'll check someplace else. We can check the door as well and see. Maybe we can see if it's locked. It has a key now. When the bloody body was discovered, this door was locked from the inside. There's no other way in or out of the room. In other words, it's a locked door room mystery. Locked room mystery. Things are heating up. Okay.
I think that's
There we
about
go.
it.
Perfect. And end investigation. Great. The investigations are so fun in this game, and now that we have this new mechanic too, it's gonna be
That
so
should
cool
do
to see
it.
what we can do with all the powers.
there isn't much else to investigate. I've never experienced this before, but it's surprisingly convenient to be able to share my.
And there's a smile as well from Halara too. Because maybe, like, again, like they said, maybe it's like they don't have to explain as much.
It's exhausting.
There it is,
To
yep.
explain what I see to a client.
Really?
People do not believe what they cannot
Yeah.
see. I have often been called a
Will we go
liar.
find them after this?
I suppose fortes aren't always convenient.
We still have locked room mysteries to examine. The second incident was at the mansion near
Yes.
Gilman District. I have an idea of where to go. Let's hurry there.
I'm actually really excited to see this too. Yeah, that was a really good investigation. Really good.
The building we're heading to is accessed through Gima District. Let's hurry there.
Perfect. A belligerent man? He's just glaring at us. Let's not talk to this guy. From which perspective? I'm behind the wall. Right. Wait, he didn't like us. Okay. Fair enough. So you have to go to Ginma District, which, if we go up top, I believe that's how we get there. Yep. Man, this game just looks incredible too. Like, I see it all the time. Like, with the rain is just so impressive to me. And again, like, a game that's about, like, you know, the rain pouring down constantly. Like, it just looks so good in this game. Yeah, I actually really, like, the utilization of the WDO detectives in this game has been very good so far. Whether that be even through the Gab sessions as well. And also, there seems to be a lot of respect for Halara as well from the other detectives, because when we first talk to them... Oh, there's Fubuki. Hello. I've been looking into the nail mine case and...
Oh?
What a coincidence. I too am looking into something. The fossil of the primeval radiant dragon. Oh, very cool. This thing here. I hope both investigations succeed. Alright, me too. Hope it does too for you as well. Have a good day, Fubuki. Yeah, so like when we first met all the other detectives and we were like, oh, we found Halara, they were like, oh, good. They said, oh, good. As in like, oh, that's a good thing. So I wonder if they're also like in their heads, like, it's a good thing that you're, you know, meeting up with this detective because you can learn from the best. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking in my mind in that way, but it just seems that way. Wait, it's through here. Sorry. Nice umbrella. Hey, Bob. Nice umbrella. We have to be on the lookout for more blue shards as well. Like, look how good the rain looks here in this dark alleyway. With the lights mixing in with, like, the red and the blue. They do such a good job with this. And now we go to the mansion in Ginma District. Whoa. This game also has like a style that like I love as well, with a style that like I'm not exactly used to playing in games. Like I don't play a lot of games that have like a lot of like neon lights and like that colorful type of beautiful. They're beautiful lights, but like I don't usually play games like that. Like I think Scarlet Nexus is the closest thing that I played to something like that has that type of lighting and things like. But it's even different. Like it's much darker here, but it does have like this stuff I love, which is like areas that look like they're like haunted mansions. Like haunted areas like clock towers and churches. Like I play games like that all the time. They're like my favorite type of games in terms of survival horrors, along with JRPGs. Yeah. Fancy neighborhoods sure have a lot of anemones.
But
Is there any need for hydrants to given the constant rain? Who knows when something might explode, but it'd be safe and soggy. It's safe and sorry. I think Shinigami knew what they were saying. Yeah. And for me, like with games like this, like detective games, I feel like I started playing these games from the channel and like when people were suggesting them. And it's now become that like that type of genre, like, you know, like with Danganronpa and Phoenix Wright, I defend those games to my grave. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, you should see me on any social media platform whenever someone badmouths, like, visual novel detective games. I know this is different, but I'm like, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. Obviously, I won't fight with people over it, but, you know, like, I like expressing my opinion on that stuff. That person. What's wrong, Master? Doesn't she seem a bit uneasy? She might fall over at any moment.
Come on.
You really can't help yourself when it comes to ladies, can you? Come on, Shinigami. It isn't like that. Talk to him. I'm always just very... What I'm saying is I'm very appreciative that you guys have shown me, like, new styles of games. Like, I really feel like I got into more, like, these type of games, whether it be Danganronpa, Phoenix Wright, or even Raincode, like the detective-style games with investigations. Really, like, because of you guys. And I'm so appreciative. Talk to the woman. Excuse me, is something wrong? You seem upset. Who are you?
I'm...
Kind of a detective. In training. Oh, you had to add that. A detective, I see. So is something wrong? Well, actually, I've run away from home. What? For real? I'm at a loss for what to do next. Oh. This smells like a case. Let's hear out, Master.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right. I should avoid getting involved, but I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight if I just left it alone. Yuma. Or Yuma. Yuma's thinking about this all the time. It'll be racing around his head forever. Could you give me some more details? Well, I'm the daughter of a merchant who does business throughout the Kane ward. Due to the family's circumstances, it was decided that I would have an arranged marriage. Oh no. And you don't want that arranged marriage? Think of what was best for my family. I should accept the proposal. Right, but if you don't want to, I don't want you to do it, you know what I mean? For a freaking business arrangement? My suitor is an awful person. Yeah, no.
Oh no.
I heard it with my own ears. He said he was only using my father. Then why not talk to your father about it? There's nothing I can do without proof. Besides, my father is very keen on him. Oh, that's awful if you won't believe you. When I told my father I didn't want to get married, he yelled at me and he said I shouldn't cause trouble.
I see.
So that's why you ran away from home.
Aww.
How lame. Let's get out of here. Shinigami, 2 seconds.
No.
We can't do that. Having to marry an evil man sounds terrible. Is Yuma just the sweetest soul who ever lived in the history of the universe?
Right.
Leaving home has given me some time to think. I want to try talking to my father. But if I went back now, I don't think we could have a civil conversation. Right. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to take... Yes, sure, no problem. No, don't even worry about that. Does this chick think detectives are errand boys? We might as well be. We can't just leave her like this. That's my master, simping over every woman he meets and making their wishes come true. It's not like that. Okay, I'll help you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. My father should be in the front of the Kanai station around now.
Hey.
It'd be good idea to ask what he looks like, right? The station is a busy place after all.
That's true.
What exactly does your father look like?
Well.
He should be wearing a suit, navy blue from head to toe. It's his favorite.
I see.
Thank you. Paired with the devil. Let's check this out. I'm paired with the devil, by the way. The implications there are like, this person is super bad. This person is super terrible. So let's go see if we can find this in front of the station. Halara's like, okay, I guess we're doing this. Payment up. I wonder if we check the map, can we see... It said in front of the station. So it's over here in the Kanai station. Yes, awesome. We might as well use some fast travel. I know like we haven't found the other blue shard, but that's a long distance. So I think using the fast travel sometimes is not a bad idea. That's a long distance, I tell you that much. In front of the station though. Blue suit. A blue navy suit. That's a uniform, right? So maybe they're inside. No, they said in front of the station. That's not you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the station does. I'm 100% believe that station that they're rebuilding is just like a fake rebuilding project. I 100% believe that. Are you the man in the navy blue suit? No, that's a black suit. Excuse me, man in a navy blue suit, please come out of here. We're gonna fight if you don't come out here right now. It will be the end of you. You will suffer unto me. Maybe they're inside the actual station itself. It said in front of the station. So there is a man with a suit here, but that seems more black to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Wait, no, there's another man here. I didn't even see them. Is that you? How did I not see you? Wait. Did you guys see that? Hold up. What is that? What is happening? Well, look at the city from this perspective. Nothing's going great. That's black, right? Sorry, sir. Can I see your suit? That's black. Let's check inside the station then, I suppose. Because it said in front of the station, but it could mean like... You have a blue navy suit.
Oh!
Yeah. Is the man with him the client's suitor? I bet he is. He even looks evil.
No.
We can't tell just from appearances anyway. Let's try talking with them. Shinigami's like, that's an evil person. Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Who are you?
Yeah.
You don't mind? We're in the middle of an important conversation. I have a letter for you from your daughter.
What?
What did you say? You know my daughter's whereabouts?
Well,
Yes, but would you please read the letter first?
No.
You're not actually listening to this guy, are you, sir? I'll see for myself. Yes, please read the letter. It's without a doubt her handwriting.
No, no.
Must be some kind of mistake. I would never mistake my daughter's handwriting. I'm
Well,
afraid that if what's written here is true, this marriage cannot be allowed to continue. Oh, yes! Yes! Yeah, you walk away. You walk away. Go get married to that door over there, and don't let it hit you on the way out. I almost got away with it, too. He's not even trying to hide it. He sounds like some second-rate cartoon villain. No point in playing pretend anymore. Scam's over the moment they start to doubt you. Later, chumps. Hey, wait. There's no need to follow him.
thanks a lot.
Thanks for delivering this letter.
no.
It was nothing. I'll try talking to my daughter and allow me to properly thank you another day. Sure.
For now.
Let's go report to the client. Awesome ending. Awesome ending. Oh, they put us right here. Thank
That's
you.
what happened.
I don't think I have to worry about that arranged marriage anymore.
Thank
Really?
goodness.
That my father's actually believe me?
Thank
I
you.
think I'll go home now. Thank you so much for everything. Awesome. So freaking cool. I hope it goes well.
Well,
We did our part. Who cares what happens next? Well, we want her to be happy. She seemed like she was in distress. We're involved now, so I don't like for her to be. I'd like for her to be happy. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I get it. That must be the way of the simp. The way the Shinigami standing. The way of the simp. Why do you keep calling me that? For a god, I love that this god of death, like, has like knowledge of like internet cultural terms. Let's check out this mansion. All the way like you was on top of his tip, he's so
There's a
see
large
everything.
mansion beyond the gate.
Look at
over there.
it.
I wonder if that's the second crime scene.
That's probably it. Let's go inside.
It's closed, as expected.
Halara's the best.
Are you sure?
That's such a sick line, Halara. Can you imagine that?
Wait!
And again, yeah, running after Halara. Yuma, like, I'm sorry, I'm never gonna go over the fact of how little Yuma is just running after people. But it's so funny as well. Like, you have to remember that line, right? This idea of like, like, not that I'll ever be in a position to like. Is that a blue thing over there? I'll never be in a position to like cut down, to kick down a door. But if I ever am, right? And I have to wait for, it's like, why aren't you kicking down the door? I have to wait for you to say something. Say what? Can you please say the door is locked? Dude, we need to get inside. Just say the door's locked. The door's locked. Boom. You sure? I don't think I look as cool as
Looks
Halara
like
though.
a haunted mansion.
Yeah, it does. It's so cool.
I hope there aren't any ghosts around. I have a feeling they'll appear.
You're a
this
god of death.
time.
I've been meaning to ask, but aren't you kind of a ghost yourself?
The incident occurred about 3 months ago. The victim was Ali Hohen, the owner of this mansion. He had no family and lived alone. The mansion is
Wait.
now empty and dilapidated.
So the first victim was someone who owned the pub. The second victim was someone who owned the mansion. Okay. We have to find out what they
The
did
crime
for people
scene
to want
is
to
in
do
the study
this.
near the back. Let's go. The Nailman killings had another common factor, besides the locked
Okay.
room. The first person to find the body was always the
Yeah,
same
that worshipper
person.
guy.
That worshiper from the church? Do you suspect him too?
What he said did make sense. He's been obsessed with the Nailman and had access to the names of potential victims.
Right.
It's not too surprising for him to be the first on the scene each time.
But still.
I guess I shouldn't assume things going into this.
That's right.
Yes, there we
It's
go.
down this hallway. The crime scene is in the room on the right side. There's little time. Let's head straight there.
Ha! Think you're partners now just because you held hands with my master? I'll have you know, Master and I are connected on a much deeper level.
Don't make it sound so suggestive.
Yeah. You're gonna have to deal with this all the time, Yuma. Man, this is such a cool environment as well. Seeing this, seeing the mansion. Expensive looking painting.
Say,
There's no one on around anymore. There's a bunch of hanging around. Let's just snatch one and sell it. I mean, if you want to. I'm a detective, not a thief. Yeah, but I can't stop Shinigami for following their dreams. You follow your dreams, Shinigami.
You know,
The doorknob is in rough shape. I guess it's because no one's looking after the place anymore.
by the way,
Is it because Halara smashed it? I guess we can't rule that out. I really love the dynamics in this game of characters. I love the interactions between characters, and even with Shinigami too. Like, I think they all like mix together super well. It's super fun. Like, I think that's what people forget about, like, sometimes detective stories, and this is like in movies too. It's like, yeah, you can have like the best story you've ever had in a detective story, but the characters don't gel and they're not fun to look at and fun to watch them, you know, do this, like, or even interesting is another way to put it. But like, I think the best detective stories are the ones that are also like super, super fun. Sylvan Lobby, who's this intended for? It's probably just a status symbol, right? Yeah. They would have these in like places like, you know, like pubs and hotels and stuff, like couches in the lobby, and it's like, you know, people are like, oh well, you'd wait there when you're getting for information. Nobody usually sits down with waiting for information. They're very impatient. They stand up and stuff like that. Can we go upstairs, or should we like we'll get the message to not go upstairs, and then we'll not go upstairs? I think that's the way you put it. There's gold. There's like cobwebs everywhere. This is such a cool environment. It's so good.
feels like a jump scare's coming
Oh my
up.
god, don't say that. That's a good one. Oh look, they appeared on the wall. Sorry, I was a little bit too late. I was looking at everything Shinigami. I'm so sorry about that. You were looking for a little bit of a jump scare.
So this is the study where the crime took place.
Oh, it's open. I wonder if the lock was broken at the time of discovery here too. There's nothing left
Wow.
here either. It's all cleaned
That's
up.
a gigantic knife. Who's feeding the fish?
I don't want to do it, but I suppose I can share my post-cognition.
I
again
still
here.
like that Halara's like still very reluctant about it, you know, because it stays true to their character.
Are you sure?
Don't make a big deal out of it. Just make it quick.
Here we go. Here's another investigation. Man, look at this again. They put so much detail into their environments for me that it actually like impresses me quite a bit. And it makes everything feel so cool to look around and explore.
That's true.
There are fish in the tank. It doesn't seem like they're being cared for since the owner was killed. Oh, maybe they are starving. Inside the tank, some kind of secret passage?
Yeah.
Would be interesting. It doesn't appear related to the case. Let's check it out. The hand-holding thing again.
The crime scene of the murder is vividly brought to life before us.
And the way how, like, and how you would describe it being so silent as well, it has to be so eerie.
It all happens
Oh,
in
there they are.
silence, as though awakening from an eternal slumber.
And I'll never get used to it. I'll never get used to seeing the nails.
But the corpse will never wake up again. Even if the corpse did awaken, the nails pinning him down would
Oh,
prevent him from rising.
true, and that's horrible to think about.
The door is the only entrance and exit to the room. There are no windows and the vent is small. I don't see any escape routes from the locked room. Maybe the doll nailed to the
Look
wall
at these little,
holds the
like,
answer to
shots.
this bizarre mystery.
Transitions. So let's check out the fish tank now. Oh my god, it just changes everything, doesn't it? Well, like legitimately, literally and figuratively. There's a huge tank here, but the fish aren't any fish inside, so there's no fish at the time? Oh, living things can't be seen through post-cognition. It doesn't have that ability. Very, 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 very good to know. Very good to know. You can look at the projector, maybe? The projector is installed in the center of the bookcase. It wasn't on when the corpse was found. You'll never reach it, Master. I'll check it out for you. Yeah, we are short. We are very short. What? Well, did you find anything unusual? Nope. Everything is extremely usual and unrelated to the case. And then we have to look at the lamp episode that was up, I guess, at the time. The lamp light is pointing at the table. It probably wasn't turned on at the time. I don't see anything suspicious. Doesn't seem like a lamp is related to the case. But it's good to look at this stuff anyway, I feel like. And then there's a switch of some sort. There's a switch for the projector on the desk. It looks like it was set to off when the corpse was found. And then we can release the post-cognition to get some more information on this stuff too.
Yeah.
It's a lamp. The light's on right now. Make sure to use proper lighting in addition to these kinds of lighting, as eye strain may occur. So I think they're talking directly to us as well. Who are you talking to, Shinigami? They're talking to us about... I actually do use backlights as well for... But I don't know if that's like a myth or whatever, that they help with eye strain. That is so pretty. That is legitimately so pretty, right?
That's right.
There's a projector installed in the center of the bookcase. I'd like to have a look, but I can't reach it.
That's right.
Laura, could you please take a look around the projector?
Very
Sure,
well.
give me a moment. The projector is pretty dusty. It doesn't seem to have been used since before the incident. So it's probably got nothing to do with the case. Again, as Laura said, teaching us that stuff, even like the stuff that, like, ruling stuff out is just as important as finding, like, critical information about certain things.
Sit down right here.
Huh? Oh, you look so good, Shinigami. You were born to sit in a mansion chair. Okay, we'll check the body scene last as usual. I want to check around the painting. The actual projector stuff looks so pretty. Can you imagine having this in like your in your home? So let's check the precognition area as well. Man, the doll, every time the dolls appear, it's just like takes me by surprise a little bit. A series of books is arranged neatly on the shelf. There's no indication the books have been moved. I don't think they're related to the case. Agreed, let's look somewhere else. We have stacked books. 2 extraordinary thick books are placed on the desk. It doesn't look like the other books were stacked when the body was found.
Well,
The peacekeepers must have stacked them. Good grief, what a bunch of amateurs. They do seem like they're pretty amateurish. At least the soldiers below the head ones. The placement seems to be the only thing that's changed. I don't think this will help the case. I wonder if a lot of peacekeepers join the peacekeepers just so they're not targeted. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Several dolls have been nailed to the floor. After the clock tower and the secret club, this makes 3. It doesn't make it any less creepy though, I agree.
beats me.
Now's not the time to show fear. Investigate thoroughly and find clues to solve this case. Right.
I see.
Dolls have nothing in common. I don't see any unusual markings either.
It appears.
Nothing to do with the case then. And then we have the painting here.
What is
There's
that
an expensive looking landscape painting, but it's tilted. I wonder why. Could this be related to the locked room?
It appears.
Doubtful. Judging by the marks on the wall, I'd say it was a painting was hung at an angle. Peacekeepers must have altered it by mistake during their investigation. How confusing. So we're learning that peacekeepers are just like so terrible at their job in some cases. And they're just trying to cover stuff up a lot of the time too. Which I think is like so bad.
Oh,
Landscape paintings and extravagant frames are on display. All these paintings look incredibly expensive.
However,
They're counterfeits. Not a single one is genuine. Okay. Doesn't look like they're anything relevant to the case here. Let's investigate elsewhere. Okay, thank you so much, Halara. You are fantastic. So let's check area near the hallway. The hand, yeah, again, I just feel like it is literally meant to be like a connection. You know what I mean? It is meant to be a connection. Both figuratively and literally.
there's only one doll nailed to the wall.
Obviously it's a connection literally, right? But you know what I mean? The figurative like connection between the detectives and like, you know, helping each other out.
Comparatively, there was a nearly obnoxious number of dolls nailed to the walls
True.
in the other
Yep, there's
crime
only one
scenes.
here.
maybe there was no room to nail them to the walls because of all the bookshelves in the way? Wait, this doll has both eyes gouged out.
Oh, that's super weird.
Did the culprit do this on purpose? This keeps getting more and more disturbing.
But it's kind of creepy cute. I want to put one next to the top of a staircase so people can run.
Yeah, of course
into
you'd
it
want
at
that.
night.
Note to self, never stay at Shinigami's house.
Why would you want to do
It's
that?
Shinigami.
You know, this doll seems made of cheaper materials compared to the
Wait,
other
really?
ones.
Hey, you're
Oh,
right.
Shinigami.
Like it's made of resin instead of porcelain.
Shinigami, well done.
The texture looks cheap, but also more durable.
Too bad it doesn't have eyeballs.
Yeah.
The eye holes are connected to each other in the head cavity. It's like that darkness is staring
you're right.
into me. Huh? There's a mark on the edge of the eye holes near the nose.
Yeah?
It looks like a string rubbed against it.
A rope, maybe?
How did this mark get here?
So that's it. There's our first one here. This doll made of resin, not porcelain. It looks like a thin string rubbed against the inner corners of the eye. Then we have the bookshelf as well. That's really creepy.
Yeah,
Even in the past, several books lined the shelf. I checked, but it doesn't seem like anything's different between then and now.
I see.
In that case, it's probably not related to the case. Okay, let's check out the body. I think the body is super important to check out as well, right? That's like the most important thing. So let's start with again the rope line as well. They're fairly young.
the cause of death here appears to be strangulation as well. And like the others, there are rope marks around the neck and traces of a struggle. Oh, but on a closer look,
Yeah, there's another line there.
there's a mark left by a thin string on the
Yeah.
back of his neck.
It couldn't have been the rope that was used to strangle him. The thickness is completely different.
Could that be the thin thing that was attached to the doll as well?
There are two different types of string marks on the body. Was he strangled
That's
twice?
horrible to even think about.
But even then, it'd be odd to only have marks behind his neck. And why do the strings have different thicknesses?
Anyway, it's an important piece of
100%. So I wonder if it is like there are rope marks caused by strangulation and wounds from resisting. There's also string marks. Yeah, there it is. It's from the same with the doll thing as the doll, for sure. Then we have the corpse itself.
The victim is a well-built man, approximately 30
Jesus.
years old. The corpse here is also covered in nails. His appendages and chest are all nailed to the floor.
The owner of this mansion made his fortune in real estate from an early age.
Right. That's why he's
But
so rich at
along
such
with
a young
aggressive
age.
land sharking and other illicit transactions.
Oh.
He made shady deals with Amaterasu.
Wait. We're starting to see a little bit of a pattern here, maybe.
There are several reasons he'd be hated. A doll with his name on it was bound to be nailed in the church forest.
Man. So we have the reason he was hated for sure.
I wonder how the person who cursed him feels now that he's actually dead.
That's the thing. What do they think about now?
Perhaps they
Look at the
feel
hand
no
holding as well.
responsibility. They just hopped on the urban legend.
Yeah,
bandwagon.
they probably think, oh, well, it wasn't me who did it directly. Someone just got
Is that
punished.
really the case?
We talked about at the church how the priest believed that like everyone just needed a savior or something.
Wait, this is odd.
Yeah.
Did you find something?
Look closely. The length of the nails driven into the corpse are all slightly different.
Oh yeah. Oh, they are.
The length isn't the problem here. It's how hard they were hammered in.
What do you mean?
The nails driven into the lower torso went through the body and into the floor. But the nails in the upper torso did not penetrate all the way through the body.
Right.
But why would the culprit not hammer the nails in as hard on the upper body?
That's not the only unnatural thing. Take a look at the blood.
Oh, there's like patches as well.
The nail wounds on the lower torso appear to be bleeding sideways,
Okay.
but the upper torso wounds are bleeding vertically
Wait.
down toward his waist.
What does that mean?
The blood flows differently between the upper and
That's
lower
so
body?
weird. What does that mean?
Maybe the upper and lower our torsos are different people, and they were smushed together after death.
Thanks, Shinigami.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, it's disgusting to think about. That's so weird. The blood and the nails stuck in the upper and lower body of the corpse seem to be flowing in different directions. That's so weird to think about. That's so weird to think about. What does that even mean? So I wonder if the pattern that we're going to find amongst these is that there is like... Well, we know the pattern is that they were hated by people for a reason, right? We know that's the pattern, right? That's the main pattern, but there's also marks on the corpse here.
That's true.
This is where the first was found when the bloodstains are still here. Considering the amount of blood, the victim was probably killed here, right?
It appears.
It seems very likely. So I want to get out of here for a second here. I know there's other stuff we can check, but I also want to go into the profiles for a check in here, or the case files, and look at this part here. Where was it? So just even search the crime scene. You overheard this. Didn't know where it is now. Here, the right. It's not going to show it until we're finished this investigation. We'll look at it again as we're done, just to see if we missed anything, because I want to see like if there's a definite pattern between these. You know what I mean? Because I definitely might miss out on some stuff as well. So maybe... Oh, the door.
Check every nook and cranny.
The door, yes, for sure. There's a vent. Yeah, it's interesting, man. That blood flowing different ways is a very weird thing. I wonder if the pattern is going to be that they all had
Small for a person to fit through.
some sort of connection to the corporation, maybe as well. Maybe, I don't know. There was a vent, but it's too small for a person to fit through.
And it's also screwed shut from the inside. It seems impossible to remove.
Oh, what's this now? Master, I discovered something. There are marks.
Well done,
everywhere
Shinigami.
between the fence, like something scraped against it.
Really?
But given your height, you couldn't see.
Yeah,
anything
but given my
on
height.
a chair.
I'm just a little guy.
Halara, can you use that chair to peek into the vent?
I will do so for 10,000.
Sure, take it. At this point, take it.
Charging me?
I just.
Okay. It's nice to have some jokes like this. The marks in
The marks
I thought,
in the
yeah, they're
vent
gonna read
seem
it.
to be left by strings rubbing against.
There's the
it.
string stuff again.
Did someone hitch a string to it or something?
This is so weird.
It shouldn't even be visible from your perspective. I'm surprised you noticed.
Yeah, it's all me.
Oh, it was just a hunch.
See, you should.
Oh, I held down the X button by accident, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened there. Where is it now here? That's my bad completely. I'm so sorry about that, guys. So what they said was... I held down the X button. Shut up, Calvin.
I'm surprised you noticed.
Yeah, it's all me. Shut up, Calvin. It was just a hunch.
Just a hunch.
See, I told you how useful are more ways than just float around. You should give me 10,000 yen as a reward. I'm getting a headache. Okay. Apologies about that, guys. So the vent's too small for one person to enter or exit from the room. There's evidence that a string or something similar is scraped against the gap in it. And then we have the door itself.
The door here can only be locked with a key. However, there is only the master key. No spares
Right.
exist. The scenario resembles the locked room mystery in the casino. We can disregard the possibility of a duplicate
Okay.
key. The master key was found in this room at the time of discovery.
This is also similar to the locked room mystery in the secret
Yep.
club.
But there is one difference. The key was found underneath the
Right.
corpse.
Okay.
Under the corpse. But we can't move the corpse in the past, so we can't confirm if that's true.
Post-cognition isn't all-powerful, but it's a fact that the key was
Okay, it's good to know
found
that
under
it's
the
just
corpse.
directly true. That's fine.
I have a crime scene photo, taken back then, in my jacket pocket. No detail has slipped past my efforts.
Right.
He has to reach for it because they can't. Ooh.
Huh? What's this?
It's a picture of a cat.
Wait, not that one. I
Wait,
meant the other
you
photo.
love cats too?
This one's unrelated to
Halara,
the case.
you are more beautiful than ever. We could be best friends forever.
Oh, this is it. You're right. the key's near the middle of his bag.
All of a sudden, Halara just went up 10 points.
But can this photo be trusted? Could it be something the Peacekeepers fabricated?
The Peacekeepers acknowledged the incident occurred in a locked room. Besides, there's no need for fabrication. After all, it would be more convenient for them to have fewer mysteries.
That's
to
the thing.
deal
They
with.
want to clean it up as soon as possible.
That's true. Sorry for being doubtful.
No, that's
Yes,
expected of a
yes.
detective. You're starting to figure
Yes!
out how to do your job.
That's so good.
Was that a
Yes, because you're learning what Halara said.
Really all it takes to please you?
Also, I drew a sketch of the room's state on the back of that photo. Remember it well.
Yeah, okay. But why a sketch? How can it help solve the mystery? Also, what was with that cat photo anyway? That's surprisingly
Look, everyone
cute.
has something they like. Everyone has something they think is cute. For sure. The key to the mansion study to know copies of this master key. And there's also the mansion floor plan of a photo of a locked door mystery both received from Halara. Honestly, Halara, if Halara loves cats, we love Halara. That's the end of. If
Looks like there's nothing left
Okay.
to check.
If Halara loves cats, then so do I. No, I love cats. I have 3 cats. Love them so much.
Now we've gathered enough evidence. Though it appears complicated at first glance, the answer.
Before we
is
go any
simple.
further, Halara despising humans but loving animals is such a cool trait.
Huh? Halara, did you already solve the locked room mystery?
What? You haven't?
No.
There's no way to solve it with what we have. How was the room locked?
It's unfit for one detective to ask another that question. For the sake of your own pride, you must figure
Okay.
it out. Unless you'd like to hire me to do it for you.
So
It won't.
it's
come
expensive to get the answer as well.
I'll figure it out myself.
It's really all about the money with Halara.
The longer I'm with Halara, the deeper into debt
Yeah,
I'll
true.
get. It's starting to
Yeah.
scare me.
cheap. Now, let us be
This was
swift.
so fun.
Next up is our last crime scene.
And when Halara said Swift, they meant Swift.
Wait!
This whole game is just gonna be us running after people. Guys, we're probably gonna end the video here. I freaking love the investigations in this game. And like what was so special about that was we showed that we were learning. We got to like have that new mechanic. We got to do a lot of gabs as well, which we got to learn a bit more about the characters in this game too. But what we learned about Halara is that they despise humans. It's hard for them to make connections. They love animals. And they've also been teaching us how to like doubt things and suspect things, even themselves and even ourselves. And we've been learning from that. We get to see that in this investigation. Overall, the investigations are just fun. The new mechanic is super fun. I hope we get to see we will get to see the other characters' mechanics in use. I know we will. But with that, guys, all I got to say is that this game, and I keep saying it, I'm having such a blast. I'm having such a blast playing this game. The visuals, the gameplay, talking to characters, the dynamic between characters is so fun. It's all just so fun. But with that, I will say thank you so much to the Never Can Repay the Baby Gangster here on Patreon. That being Ty402, Jamie Bull, Janet the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yult, Radish, Anusta, Shabbatterbed, Malcolm Day, Death Trap, and Links Marketing. Guys, I will see you so far into the future, otherwise known as tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for supporting the series, guys. It means the world replying to all your comments and reading all your comments. Appreciate it.